adventurer. You've found your way to fiendish fates, now by phone. Calls cost 40 cents per minute plus service fees. No refunds. Ask your bill payer. Now, enter a number and get ready to choose your fiendish fate.
Look at this mess. Murdered twice over. Once with a dagger. Okay, fine, classic. But in the back? Just before we finished our last masterpiece, and by one of those we trusted most. It's the cliché that kills me. I mean, figuratively speaking. Oh, there were many hands on that blade, but only one of them. The lawyer, the publisher, the agent, and yes, the muse. Only one of the sods could actually have crept in here and done the deed. Look around. They were searching for something. Something in the last books. Lift the handset, type the number, and re-enter our worlds of fiendish fate.
Great, thanks. You're really twisting the knife now.
A page from Prisoners of the Cyberhound. Ripped in twain. Someone was determined to tear apart our legacy. But why? A page from Army of Evil. The phone format was my idea. Digital interactivity, a new dimension. And they said I was living in the past. Just enter the card number on the phone, listen, and let the magic happen. A page from Butchers of Orion.
The peasants have sheltered you too long already. The undead army approaches. It is time.
Your heart pounds as your eyes adjust to the darkness inside the temple. Its wall carvings record the glorious kingdom of old Belleroth, long since shadowed by darkness. The deeper darkness of a gruesome past and a more frightful future. A lone raven caws its gore hunger. Caw, caw. In the distance, the village's bell tower still tolls its warning. Dong, dong, dong. Then suddenly ceases. Are you already too late? Long ago, you hid your beloved blade in this crypt, hoping you had both seen your last battle. But foul necromancy laughs in the face of hope. You forged the twin blade together with your most trusted kinsman. Time corrupts all, especially the human heart, but this enchanted steel shines yet. There, glinting in the dark, the ensorcelled sword. Formidable alone, but once reunited with its twin blade, it will be an unstoppable smiter of evil. An advanced scout of the undead army rises before you. You must fight. Quickly, you dispatch it back to the grave. Your blade sings, hungering for more. You take one last breath of musty temple air. Ahead, only bloodshed awaits. But no one else can stop the army of evil. You must choose your fiendish fate. And they said I'd lost my touch. All right, it's a familiar story. Man versus betrayer, man versus self, man versus skeleton. At last, a spiritual sequel to Castle of Evil, the book that started it all. What made us return to the dark world of Belleroth? Okay, yes, the money. But also, we had a score to settle. Sword in hand, you go from the temple into the raven-haunted courtyard.
Can you make it back to the village before the army arrives? Already the dead stir. Advanced scouts of the evil army rise from the foul earth. Your blade undoes the necromancer's foul art. You had forgotten how much they stank. Hear the army's drums now. You must get to the village straight away. But by which path? Brave the forest road, or shortcut through the catacombs when the dead yet walk abroad?
Don't get lost in the subtleties of the prose now. It's hard not to savor every word. But there's a mystery in these pages, and we need to find it.
The forest road is eerily quiet until a scream
Pierces the gloom. You hurry through the forest, lucky not to lose your footing to treacherous roots and conniving thickets. Ahead you hear blades clash and horses scream fit to wake the devil, though in Belleroth the devil is already up and well breakfasted. The skeletons advance on you, blades still wet with slaughter. You must fight. Victory is as hollow as their skulls. All around are wretched peasant bodies, cut down as they fled. Is it already too late to save the village? Path now unobstructed, you quicken your step. You might yet have a chance to avert impending disaster. In a clearing, you come upon a cart ambushed by the undead. At the village's edge, you spy a gaunt, all too familiar silhouette. It is their dread general, the betrayer of Belleroth, and once upon a time, your most trusted kinsman, the Grey Knight.
All dead, but no sign of the hero, your worship.
A skeletal henchman reports. The army is moving on, searching for fresh blood. Mere hours ago, the village was abustle with life. Now it's as silent as a freshly desecrated tomb. You swear an oath. Here, now, you begin your campaign to finally vanquish the Grey Knight. But where shall you begin?
March 28th, tape number 12. Still struggling with army and butchers. Marianne kept saying they needed something fresh. Well, there's got to be some new way to package them up. Oh, bloody hell, I'm never going to finish this.
Yes?
All my things are in the car, Jack.
What?
I told you it would be today.
But there's still so much to say.
Well, then why haven't you?
All right, I mean, I know I'm not an easy man to love.
Oh, for goodness sake.
But do you have to take everything from me, Chris?
I'm not taking anything I don't deserve, Jack.
My legacy, my dignity as an artist.
Oh, listen to yourself. Sign the papers. Then we can both start to move on.
Bloody lawyers. Did you have to turn Terry against me as well?
Terrence is just doing his job. And look, Marianne says you've missed some deadlines. She's worried about you.
Don't.
And yes, I'm worried about you.
So I missed some deadlines. You take away a man's muse, what do you think is going to happen?
Muse? Is that what you think? You know what? Fine. Typical. If you can't finish the books without me, then what does that tell you, Jack? Sign the papers or I'll take you to court, and then that'll be both our bloody legacies.
Shit.
Nothing hurt like her. Look, let's get back to it. The sooner you find out who's responsible, the sooner we can, well, move on, I suppose. Dark plasmoid light blinds you. You've returned to consciousness at last, and immediately you wish you hadn't. There is only one place in the galaxy you could possibly be, aboard the vast vivisection ship Butcher 09. Before you, a monstrous crystal extraction apparatus hums into life, ready to harvest life gem energy from innocent spacefaring specimens of the crystallian species, such as yourself.
So, here's our little troublemaker. Most intriguing.
Your borrowed body shudders as floating vid screens display your cackling captor, the murder mogul Oriana.
I saw your little brain trick. The gems in your body must have a rare power. Minion, shock the science team awake. They must dissect this one most thoroughly.
Oriana has not yet discovered your most secret power, to mind jump. Now it is your only chance to survive and escape your fiendish fate. Never get used to the feeling of mind jumping into a new body. It's like turning yourself inside out. Psychokinetic flux surges through your body, but you're not out of the Plutonian plasma woods yet. Now you must find a way off the ship before you and every Crystallian in the solar system ends up on Oriana's smorgasbord. But you cannot mind jump through a locked door. You will need to search for an access glyph, and it is only a matter of time before your escape is noticed.
It's Marianne. Can you stop being silly for once and send me the draft for the new book? The stuff you sent over is very confusing, you know. We are a book publishing company. We're not selling video games. Anyway, just finish the goddamn book. You'd prefer our collaboration to end on a positive note, wouldn't you? Bye.
I resisted doing sci-fi, but the publisher insisted. How hard could it be? A bit of chrome, a bit of cannibalism. Got to keep it dark. Oh, and a new mechanic. Psionic mind-hopping.